LA Talk Live.
We're more than just talk.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Hey y'all, I'm doing fine. Told you I'd be alright. On my way to better days. I'll stand and say it now. I'm beautiful and proud. I am what men and some beautifully made. You see me now. You see me now. About to get it in. Perfect brand new day. Picture perfect brand new day. No fear. Watch me win. Seize the day. Come on, let's seize the day.
Hey there, and welcome, my radio listening and viewing audience, to a necessary conversation with your host, Brooks Jackson Collier. Oh, we are glad to be back.
Seize the day.
You know, we better. God, seize it every day.
That means grab a hold of it
Oh, yeah.
right by the throat and take control
Do
of
something
your day.
and do
right
something
at the
with
top.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
right from the top. Welcome back, Brooks.
Thank you.
So good to see you, Mama.
Oh my God, Richard. I'm so glad to be here. You know what? I woke up this morning and looked out my bedroom window, and there was snow on the mountains.
Word?
I'm like,
Where are we? In fact, you woke up again in L.A., I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, snow in the mountains.
Kind of nice.
Must
really
be
nice.
very nice. You rich folks sure know how to live, I gotta say.
I want to be like that one day.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm working on it, though. I'm seizing the day. And speaking of
Don't let it slip by. Throw your hands up.
yes, I
Seize the
am working under duress today.
Oh, what happened?
Unfortunately,
Already?
I broke a tooth.
Word?
They had to extract it, and they didn't have a replacement. So I have a big hole right here.
Me too, baby. On
So
the
I'm
other
gonna be
side,
doing
yeah.
the show just like this all
No,
day.
Can't even see it. Don't even worry about it. Still
And
looking
I
good,
can't,
Mama.
But you know what?
And you made it to the studio anyway. Look at you. Orderly.
The show must go on.
Show must go
The show
on.
must
Radio
go
never
on.
stops.
You know, and unfortunately,
Everything's going to be all right.
everything's gonna be all right. Yes, I didn't realize how much I smiled during the day
Yeah.
until that tooth was missing, and I'm real conscious of it. So I just, I told Trizah that she's gonna do most of the talking today. She got real excited.
Nope, that's not happening. We all going to do some talking. And we all going to be all right. With that good tooth, that bad tooth, it's all good.
It's
You know, the thing is, you don't realize how much you smile. But the people whose life you touch do.
Yeah,
Feel
that's
that?
true. I do.
Is that important?
That's
it's more important,
really important.
that you smile to them. So keep smiling. I don't care.
All right, I'm gonna
Good
do
tooth,
it.
bad tooth, no tooth, I don't
That
care.
was me you turned down.
Oh, well, leave all that alone then, Trizah.
Thank
it's coming
you.
up in here and yeah, whatever. Just
And
get them
now
headphones
I
on.
can't hear.
Right. Oh, my God. You guys are just tearing the show up already. Trizah coming on up in here.
Oh,
and
late.
whatnot.
Well, you turn your own down. Don't turn
Yeah,
mine
leave
down.
hers alone. Why don't you? Don't worry about it. Just live with it. And pull that mic up to you. We're going
Richard,
to adjust it
fix
all
it.
in the mix. Don't worry. We've got the comedian, the humanitarian, the one and only Trizah has joined us here
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a special day, a day every Thursday at high noon Pacific Standard Time when we seize the day
We do indeed.
on a necessary conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Brooks.
Trizah.
Welcome, Trizah. What's up, man?
Thank you.
Yeah, both y'all coming here a little fussy today. What's going on? Both
told
y'all
you.
kind of fussy.
I'm missing a tooth, and I'm not. I have to.
Get over it.
I
I've been
can't
missing
get
a tooth
over
for
it.
a year now. Gee
No, you
whiz.
don't get over it. Not in my business.
No, really.
Oh,
Well,
that
what
smile,
business
that-
am I in?
See.
Somebody
And you
tell
can't
me.
even tell. I think you just tripping.
All right, we're gonna see.
You
But
can't-
anyway, I got a lot of things to do this week, so I can't. It
don't
can't
we have
stop.
a lot of things to do
Hello,
this
it
week?
can't stop us.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, Trizah, you shouldn't do that on the air, really. That's tacky.
Is it okay? I'm sorry, but she's teaching me etiquette classes. You guys, she is teaching me
put
how
your
to
makeup on before you come in.
Well, I didn't think lip gloss was makeup. My fault.
Well,
Really?
fortunately, couldn't
I
nobody
know
see
that-
you no way. I
I
didn't have you
know-
on the
Oh, okay.
camera. Thank God.
I didn't know Vaseline was makeup.
Just get closer to that mic. Go ahead and adjust your mic. Let me get
Yeah.
that mic right.
Get
I'm
your
cool.
stuff right.
Ah,
See?
So
Yeah, your mic
hey,
is
we got so much to do, Richard. We are so excited
Yeah,
about
we
this
are.
month. I mean, not
Yes.
about what we are making aware of, but we know this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
yes, it is.
And having experienced it in some way, all of us, whether we know somebody or we've been a part of it or we've read about it or whatever, we know that it's something that needs to be stopped.
It is. It
And that's
is.
the bottom line.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see that men are starting to step up and speak up about it,
Right.
you know, as well. So we're going to be inviting everyone to come out to our show, our annual fundraiser. This is our first. We will be doing these quite often.
Yes.
No reason to return.
No reason to return.
That's the
October 27th.
yeah, at the Comedy Union.
Yes. Yes.
6 o'clock. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be having an amazing comedy show, and all the proceeds, thank you, Comedy Union, will be going to WEND, our nonprofit, Women in Need of Direction.
Yes.
All right, so let's get some business handled first. Trizah, go ahead and wrestle with that mic a little bit. I'm going to turn it off.
You
Let
not
you get that right in your, up.
I never do all this.
Yeah, I know. It's all good.
I do this.
You're going to learn today. No, it's good. And then just turn it a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. That's fine. That's all you need. And then, yeah, we're going to show you.
I
what
done,
that
yeah,
microphone.
because
Now
I've
you sound
never,
way better. See, there you
I've
go.
never had to do that. Yeah, well,
See?
thank you.
Well, you know, what a difference Trizah makes.
Okay, yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow. Speaking of which, that is the theme of our monthly fundraiser. What a
Yes.
difference Trizah makes, because we initially we were just going to do comedy, which we could raise a whole bunch of money doing comedy. But
yeah.
our whole idea and our mission is to give back, and so we came up with embrace,
Empower and educate.
entertain.
And I'm sorry. Oh, that was my other program.
Right,
I'm
that was
sorry.
other
That was other program. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be a really, really awesome show. Everything.
It's
Okay.
gonna be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But
So-
yeah, so it's going to be really fun and exciting. And I
It
like the
is.
concept of going in and not only just doing the comedy shows, but actually reaching out and to people in the community and being hands-on, not just saying I want to help, but actually going
actually
and helping.
helping.
Yeah.
Actually helping. So we have decided we will target an organization or a family. We are looking into that right now, and we're going to give them a cash donation as part of the No Reason to Return night. So we will be honoring somebody that night and letting them know that we are there to embrace, empower, and entertain.
Yes.
Entertain. So it's going to be a great night. October 27th, that's Sunday, 2 weeks.
2 weeks away,
Yeah.
yes.
At the
yes.
Comedy Union on Pico in La Brea.
Pico.
Yeah, and the Comedy Union has partnered with us. So that means we don't pay to go in there. They give us all the money at the end of the night.
Huh, everything, yes.
So big ups to Ince Mitchell.
Big
for that.
ups, big
Yeah.
ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a special treat for our show, because I remember we were supposed to have our fabulous introduce him anyway, even though he wasn't here. The live art guy.
Yeah, DeMar Douglas is one of my clients and one of our favorite artists. And for the show, he will be doing a piece, an art painting, and it's called Live Art. So what he will do is paint what's going on at the show.
Yes.
And at the end of the show, we will sell that piece. Now, we may not sell it that night,
But we will.
but
sell
we
it.
will sell it, depending, because we know we can get a bunch of money for it.
Right.
For that.
right.
So, DeMar, big ups to you as well. And
Yes.
congratulations on your job. He's painting a mural for a school in San Bernardino.
Great.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
so he gets paid some real money.
Okay, for real.
So DeMar Douglas, he's at Blackwater, BLAQWATA.com. So look him up.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's cool. We will be putting up all our new stuff. Trizah, formerly known as Gems, getting every mother situated. And my nonprofit, Brooks Jackson Collier nonprofit, we have joined hands. And so we're doing a whole big campaign. We're launching a new website, a new Twitter, a new Facebook, a new every kind of social media is going to be all new.
Yeah.
And so we will have somebody working on that for us within before the end of the month, before the show.
Before the show.
We will have everything up and running. So keep looking out for it because we're so excited. And then I have some stuff to tell you. And I'll tell you when we come back because it was some really exciting things that happened last night as I was
excited to hear about it. This is going to be good.
It's going to be
She always got something good to say.
That's some good stuff. And we got Chef Stevie is making something amazing for us. You can smell it when you walk in.
Huh, that's for us?
That's for us.
Oh, wow.
He said it's going to take him an hour to make a rice. I'm like, what kind of rice is
What kind of rice you making? My rice come in a little plastic bag with a whole bunch of holes in it. Take about 10 minutes.
Wait a minute, lady.
My rice take a minute. Me and Uncle Ben are very friendly.
You did say Chef Stevie Neal. Chef being the operative reference there.
Absolutely.
And the fact is,
he said operative reference. You can't use 2 11-letter words in the same sentence, sir.
He gives me complete hell when I have boiler rice in my crib.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me throw it out. I just bought it from the dollar store. You know, you get them 4 packs in a box.
Yeah.
I love that rice.
I do too.
Oh, he gives me all kinds of hell. So no, his rice take an hour. That's some Uncle Ben's.
Well, see.
And Uncle Ben move a little slow.
It must be Uncle Business because I got some Uncle Ben's to take 10 minutes.
And I got people telling me this is the best rice I ever had. It took 3 minutes. So
I
want some of this 1 hour
rice.
rice.
I sure do.
Chef Neal's rice.
Yeah, buddy. I'm waiting on him too.
So Chef Stevie Neal is going to be joining us as soon as he's finished preparing this
we're gonna get
amazing
our
lunch for us. It's going to be great. And then I told him to make some so I could take home. So,
Yes.
I like to do it.
Right.
I like to cook at all.
Yeah, you know, I roll with Tupperware, so it's on.
Got some in your bag right now.
That's it right now. So we
whole
come back.
48 sitting in the truck. What?
And then Shakim said he was going to stop by today. So I'm going to.
And I have a special surprise for you, Miss Collier, Jackson Collier, today.
A surprise.
Yes.
Oh, but wait. This is the most amazing thing that has happened in years. My granddaughter gave birth to the most beautiful little girl.
Congratulations.
Beautiful.
And I do have pictures. I hope I can email it to you so we can show it because she is so
gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Perfect in every way. And the baby just came out gorgeous.
She just came out gorgeous.
I have to say, here on Global Radio, 150 countries strong, 4.5 million listeners. I too know that experience.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm the proud father of a beautiful baby named, I call him Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean.
And that's all y'all need to know. Yeah.
Yes.
And he is a perfect baby in so many ways.
Yeah.
Well, I got 5 perfect kids too, so I don't need my little perfect.
But here's the thing.
Oh yes, it's baby's night.
None of you have a great granddaughter. I'm the only one in here that has a
I'm not great yet. You're right.
granddaughter.
And that's because you are a great grandmother, not a great grandmother, but you are a great grandmother.
Just put the great on it. Leave the grandma
and you so beautiful.
You know, that's
and you so you don't even look. Yes.
So hello and good morning and welcome to the world.
Welcome to the world.
To my beautiful great granddaughter, Aliana London.
Aww.
So yay.
Black folks just don't name their kids regular no more, do they?
Regular.
You know what? What you gonna name a regular kid? People name their kid Malachi. That's from Children of the Corn. No, you don't name your kid, and then I should know. People. No,
Alice.
That's a
none of your
name.
kids
Elizabeth.
have regular names.
Yes, Antonio, Antorio, Lorenzo, Deontay, and Keontae.
Big ups to them. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you. They got I didn't go too hard in the paint. But I made some of them end with O and some of them end with Tay.
Well, I only had one daughter because I didn't want to confuse the world. So
oh, wow.
There it is.
I confused the universe.
I swear. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to talk about something important. We haven't decided what it is yet, but it's going to be a necessary conversation here on latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. We'll be right back.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey everyone, this is Richard Carr, Business Relations Manager for LA Talk Live. Did you know social media produces almost double the marketing leads of trade shows, telemarketing, direct mail, or even pay-per-click ads? And that about 46% of all online users count on social media when making that ever-important purchase decision. Hey, if you feel lost when it comes to social media, Top Tier Media can help you. Top Tier Media specializes in social media management and blogger outreach for beauty, fashion, health, and lifestyle brands. To learn more, go to www.toptiermedia.com. That's www.toptiermedia.com. Top Tier Media, the official social media marketing company of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, letterheads, church bulletins, funeral programs, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Hello, this is Angela DeJoseph. Join me Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific for the Angela DeJoseph Show. Join me as we venture into health, wealth. We're going to give you news, interviews, and entertainment. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, Live 365, Radio Flag, TiVo Radio, and now live on Facebook. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Barbara Perkins, inviting you to join us every Sunday afternoon at 2:40 for Sisters at the Well Radio, a conversation with women about women. Join us as we share stories about current events, jazz events, business opportunities, health and wellness, entertainment, and so much more. So don't forget to tune in Sundays at 2:40, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Back. You know, it's such a blessing just to wake up. I don't know if people just, I don't know if it's because I've gotten older or because I've been shoveled around or what, but I wake up in the morning, I just get excited.
Yeah, you do, because you called me and your ass be excited. 6:03 and she's excited, listeners. Do you hear me? The lady is excited. Y'all hear me? Excited.
I'm about to go for my walk. And I looked out this morning. There's snow on the mountain.
You were saying that when you moved over there. You can't wait till the snow get on the mountain.
like,
you ain't gotta
I
wait.
can't, I can't be unhappy.
You better not be
I
where you at and
cannot
what you doing and who
be.
you with.
God
girl,
is
please.
so good all the time.
All the time.
So, yes,
and
so
you
we got
making
work
me
to
a
do.
believer. See, I used to think sometimes, part time.
Well, in the background, we're listening to Stevie Wonder. The song is Bird of Beauty from one of his classic albums called Fulfillingness First Finale.
Okay.
Think about one's fulfillingness and the first finale of one's fulfillingness. And I've watched her go through it.
Yeah.
Meaning that you come full circle on something and you find a finality with one part of life and move on to the next.
Is that not what's
that's so
happening to
deep.
me? Okay,
That's what's happening to
for
you
real.
right now, sister.
He just
You
reached into
rapping
my
out
soul
one
and
thing.
told all my business in one
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
What?
That's like that song.
First fulfillingness. You are evolving. We are.
That's
it's
why I'm
so-
going through all this. I'm shedding my skin. Is
It's
that
so
what I'm
tough
doing?
for us to accept.
I'm accepting now that you done
Release.
spread it out like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
This is
Well,
your first
it's
fulfillingness,
time.
sister.
This is my
This
first.
is maybe
What's
one
the
of
first
many.
finale?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Fulfillingness first
fulfilling,
finale.
fulfilling my first finale. So that's why all this is happening, because all of that is of old, and I am of. Wow. Well, I could go home now. Thanks.
Thank you. I'll be back next week.
Okay, all my problems have been
We do
solved.
need to-
Why
wait,
you
I
ain't
need
sitting
to
on top
turn
of
me
a mountain
down.
with your legs crossed and your hands like this? You should.
I'm
you
sitting
turn
there
me
right
down?
now. You don't see me over here? My hands might be different, but my legs are crossed
Oh.
underneath the table.
Can I turn me down a little?
You mean the music?
No, the voices.
Oh, well,
Well,
yeah,
see, I
sure.
didn't
Well,
do that
How about
this
if we just
time.
speak a little softer?
Okay.
Okay. You want me to use my inside voice? See,
Trizah,
then y'all gonna think I'm a caller.
then we're
Y'all,
not gonna
I'm
know
gonna have
who
to
you
charge
are.
y'all $3.95 for 50 minutes if I keep talking like this.
Take credit cards, baby.
Yeah,
So-
I take yeah.
EBTs.
all of. I take all of that. I take all of that.
Mail your food stamps too. P.O. Box.
Oh my God. Well, we have a comedy show for you on October 27th.
Yeah, we
we talked
do.
so much about what we're doing and what we're doing it for. We forgot to say that it's going to be a comedy show.
Yeah.
And, we got the infamous Trizah, who whatever comes up comes out, so she might say anything at any time.
I call it
Of
24-hour therapy.
You know what? That is what it is. And if you got 5 kids, you need 24-hour therapy.
Yes.
For real. And then we have the famous Miss Sexy Marlowe, who's going to be joining us that night. And who knows who else? Vanessa Graddick
Yes.
is going to
And
be on the
Coco
show.
says she gonna
And our
stop by.
special guest is Miss Coco Brown from what's the name of
For
that
better
show?
or for worse, Tyler Perry.
worse.
She on the Tyler
Yeah.
Perry payroll.
The girl is getting paid.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she is.
is.
And it's time because she has paid some dues.
Pay some dues.
So that's what we get to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we last night I
A DJ saved your life. Look,
Girl. I haven't had that happen yet. But look, I got
Last night,
before we get to
DJ
last
saved
night, let me
my
tell you this morning. I got a call this morning from a comic. And it was kind of early. And I'm like, well, wow, what do I owe this? And he said, well, I'd like to say it was a booty call, but it's too early, huh?
Oh.
I said, shucks.
For real. Let me hang up and you call
We'll
me back
get
when
to
it's
that
appropriate.
later. Yes, hello. What time is
It's the
is
time,
late enough,
right.
right? But last night,
Hilarious.
I had dinner at a place in Rialto. Rialto is in San Bernardino County,
Yes,
right? Kind
yes,
of way
yes,
out there, right?
Okay.
But a soul food place called Mary Stewart's. And I want to give a shout out to Gerald Kelly, who is the owner of Mary Stewart's. And the food was really, really good.
You said the food was really good.
The food was excellent. They can see you, right?
Who?
The audience
They can see me what?
are texting.
Uh-oh. Well, they was doing it in Congress. He was playing poker. What's his name? McCain. He was playing poker and said he lost $100,000 because they made him turn his phone off.
Oh, well, good for them.
So I was just trying to tell the kids to make sure they close all the windows because the heat's on.
I know it's been cold, too.
Girl, is it called?
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
hey, thank God
I
for
told
Christ.
everybody just sit next to each other. Then
Oh,
we-
that is You are. You made me forget what I was.
You was talking about
to
Gerald
say.
Kelly and the good soul food.
Yeah, and the reason I brought him up, I told him that I had done some shows in Iraq and Kuwait, and he said, can you do anything for veterans? And I was telling him that we have
our
a
WOW
program
show. Okay.
the WOW Women of War.
Yeah.
And so we're going to incorporate that into everything we can, because if we direct that show towards the women veterans, then we have all kinds of funding, and he is in touch with all of that, so he's going to turn us on to it. So
Yay!
Thank you, Mr.
Gerald Kelly. Shout out to you and your soul food.
And soul food was really good.
That's good.
So we also have working with us for the night of our show, Chef Antonio.
Yes, Chef Antonio.
And Chef, tell us a little bit about Chef Antonio.
Chef Antonio, he's a Le Cordon Bleu graduate, and he cooks for private airplanes, and so anyone who charters their own jet in or out of LAX or Long Beach or Ontario, he provides the gourmet food for the private plane experience. Yes, so he's an exceptional chef. His food, he has a lot of different cuisines that he makes, the lamb and the duck and the roasted chicken and the hens, and I mean, this dude is bad. He made a swan. He cut up an apple and made it into a swan, and that's just like his garnish, you know what I'm saying? So
I love that.
Yes, he's an awesome chef, and he's a young dude. He's been out of culinary school like 2 years, and he landed the position with the private airplanes, and his food is delicious.
And it has to be, because you don't get those kind of jobs.
No, especially
and
with
right out of school.
Right out of, yeah. He's bad. He made 1 year. He made for me. It was like some dessert. It was, I think he called it a bananas Foster's flambe.
Oh, I love bananas Foster.
This dude made a homemade waffle cone. Okay. And then he put the ice cream in it. So then he's cooking Grand Marnier and caramel sauce and real butter. And I'm like, why you using all my Grand Marnier? And he's like, Mama, you just shut up. So but he's cooking it, and then he lights it on fire and pours it over the ice cream in the waffle cone. So now you got this flaming hot, cold dessert. And when you eat it, oh my God. I told him he should give out penny liners with dessert, because it's going to cost some people. Because it was just the taste. I mean, it's just the hot and the cold and the caramel and the Grand Marnier, and oh my goodness. So to me, that is my favorite dish of his. But he makes amazing appetizers. He makes these little salmon bruschettas and all kind of stuff. He's an awesome chef, and he takes pride in his work. He makes the most beautiful fruit trays and just everything. It's just he really takes his time. He takes pride in his work.
I can't wait.
So,
I can't wait to taste his food.
Yes.
And the one thing,
if I don't eat it all before he delivers it,
Trizah forgot to say is that Chef
Antonio
is her son, is her firstborn son. So she taught him how to cook.
Yeah, well, you know what? He did a paper when he was graduating Le Cordon Bleu. You know, you got to do your exit essay, and the question was, what made you, want to be a cook? And he actually talked about how when we were homeless and sleeping in the car, and when I plugged up a hot plate into the cigarette lighter and taught him how to make grilled cheese sandwiches.
Are you kidding?
Girl, we opened that sunroof, and I got one of them little hot plates, the camping ones that plug into the lighter, because I got tired of eating cold food. We had been homeless. We was like on, day 69 at this, like we was on Survivor or something. And I just got tired of eating cold food, and I was like, so I went and got the little hot plate, and we plugged it up, and we actually showed him how to make a grilled cheese sandwich in the Buick Regal on the hot plate.
Hello, now wait, can you believe that a career was inspired from being homeless in a car?
When I read that, I cried, because I didn't think he remembered. He was only like 6 or 7 when we went through that, and for him to take that experience and attribute that to his culinary career, hey, I just wanted something hot to eat. I wasn't trying to inspire the dude. I was trying to feed him.
See, and you inspired him, and you gave him a hot meal. But kids, they don't see things the way we see.
Girl, they don't.
And thank God for that, because I remember Deanna and I, when we first moved back to LA from DC, I think she was like, maybe almost ready to go into high school, so probably ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And we were struggling because I had transferred my job, but I hadn't actually started working yet. So we were, kind of hand to mouth.
Yeah.
And McDonald's was having these scratch offs where you win food and money and all kind of little stuff, right? So every day we would go to McDonald's and we would be fortunate enough to win something. Right? We had breakfast, we had lunch, we had dinner. We ate breakfast and dinner at McDonald's every day. Right. Later on, she told me, Mommy, I thought we just had some money. We was rolling. You didn't feel like cooking. Yeah. And we was eating McDonald's every day. For a kid, that was awesome. Big deal.
It is. My kids, when I would hustle money to get a hotel room, my kids thought we had maids and stuff because we would leave the room dirty and then come back. Girl, they did. They thought we was on vacation. Like, mommy's just balling out of control. And I'm like, we are homeless. We was in the park and the lady was like, oh, that's so sweet. You let your kids do their homework in the park. I'm like, no, bitch, we live here. And you're in our living room. You know what I'm saying? So right. So, but yeah, they do look at it from the children's eyes.
And thank God that He gives them, that ability to not to have to look at things the way we see them, and they don't have to worry.
You want to know something funny? Remember yesterday when I told you I went around putting sticky notes all over everything? Girl, why when I got home yesterday, it was sticky notes with dollar signs on it.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They went around. They cleaned up the house and everything. I told girl, but they got their own sticky notes and wrote dollar signs and stuck them everywhere. Then I stuck the sticky note.
Your kids are creative.
Girl, them kids is going to get choked out.
They know you ain't going to choke them if you didn't choke them for making that spider web.
Oh, good.
That was the funniest thing ever.
Everybody got a kick out of that except for me.
God, that was too funny. Like, these kids got jokes. But they got to have, though, to live with you. Right. You couldn't be just a normal, regular, passive kind of child and have a mama, like you. Right. The kid would be on, what do they put him on? Ritalin?
Adderall and Ritalin
everything.
And all kind of stuff now.
So no.
My kids is on fear. That's what they are.
Because I know after I talk to you sometime, I didn't want to take a Valium. I'm like, good Lord. I need to calm down talking to her.
Bring it down a couple notches.
We have to.
Man.
But, the reason that we are doing this show, one of the reasons, our main reason is to launch our company, but our main focus for this one is to focus on domestic violence awareness.
Yes.
And I was speaking to a friend this morning, and she was saying how domestic violence can be verbal as well as physical.
Yeah.
Mental abuse.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, that can happen.
Because think about the dude who don't hit you, but he tell you don't nobody want you but me. Girl. You ain't good enough for
I was abused.
See what I'm saying?
I just realized I think my second husband abused me.
Yeah.
Because he used to tell me that.
If they that's abuse too.
You can't leave me. Nobody wants you.
Nobody wants you.
And I believed that, though. I believed it for a long time.
Mama, you was a victim.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think one of the things missing from the discussion of domestic abuse is the perception of the man who says to a woman, "You ain't good for nobody. Ain't nobody else gonna want you. Well, why you with me?" I know that's the first question y'all ask. Well, why you with me?
Right. Exactly.
Right now, for man,
followed by an open hand and slapping them out.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I hit too hard for that, so I've never done that. But you also have to understand and examine the psyche of a man who would want to oppress a woman. The one he lays down with, makes love to, smack the face and then you kiss it. I don't get that part.
Yeah.
So I think domestic violence needs to address that element
It's
as well.
funny you mentioned that. I just got out of a relationship like that. He would like try to fight with me and then want to act like everything was okay. And when I addressed it and like, hey, this isn't going down, he finally broke down and confessed to me that he was brought up like that. He grew up in a household where he would see his parents fight. I mean, his dad would literally beat his mom, drag her around the house, up and down the stairs, and the next thing you know, she in there cooking him dinner, rubbing his feet, doing everything with black eyes, with a broken, limping around the house.
But hold on.
So when you see that,
You can make a man do that. It happens on a regular basis in the penitentiary. You feel me? You can break a man down to make him want to do things to please his oppressor.
Right.
It happened 400 years in slavery.
Of course.
You know, it wasn't just a slave master. It was the house niggas who oppressed a lot of slaves as well. So that's kind of standard psychology. It's this proxy.
appease your oppressor.
It's a proxy complex where like the kidnappers relate to the kidnapped relate to the kidnappers.
Right.
You know, I mean, this has been studied many, many times. But the onus of this discussion and the analysis of this discussion often falls on the woman who stays. But when you really feel, and I'm going to use a word that I think everybody can kind of relate to now, when you really feel bullied in life as a whole, you know, you live to appease the bullier.
Yes.
And so many women live that life, and that's understandable because it's not just women. There are men who are domestically abused, but also who are bullied or have been abused in their childhood.
Yes.
And they act out and all that stuff. We need to start looking at what's wrong with these men. It ain't the woman. What's wrong with the woman because she stays? Why do you stay? He didn't beat you up. Why you in there cooking for him? To me, as a man, in the core of what you are as a human being, as a man, that is, the only man on the panel today.
Yes.
We've got to start looking at these men.
Well,
I agree.
I would say this. During the course of my dysfunctional relationship, I came to the conclusion that that my abuser, he was actually raised like I said, he was raised like that. He was he's a victim of sexual abuse as a child. He was raised
I
up
would venture
in a
to say any man that hit a woman is probably the victim of some kind of sexual abuse.
He was the
I would
victim
say
of he was
too.
sexually
And not
abused
by a
as
woman
a
either.
child, and he was going through some stuff. He was brought up in a violent household, and then he grew up and saw his friends perpetrate violence against their mates and thought it was okay and acceptable. So all of his life, he's been brought up around all this abuse and dysfunction, and he thinks it's okay. But then when he runs into a brick wall, i.e. me, who's not going to stand for that, then it becomes this has to be right because this is the way I was brought up. This is the way I've been doing it. Why you ain't? So then I got criticized for standing up for myself and having a voice and not being a part of this domestic violence chain that he saw. I refused to let it happen in front of my kids. When it did occur in front of my children, I cut it off at the knees, never went back, didn't look back, didn't go back. So now the bitterness and the angriness, it just turns into a frenzy. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, some men say and swear on a stack of Bibles and they mama that they won't hit a woman. Some of my clients have come into my office and told me I kept nagging him until he hit me. I kept now seriously. And so when you see that part where the woman is actually taking the blame for him jumping on her, that is a prime example of an abuser being oppressed and, you know what I'm saying, and appeased at the same time, because some of my clients won't leave.
But at the same token, there's something wrong mentally, emotionally, or someplace with a man who is going to let himself go there.
Yep.
Who is going to allow himself to hit a woman? Who's even
There's
going
a
to
line
allow?
that's crossed. You're
Yeah,
right about that, Brooks. You're
absolutely.
so right. where you snap.
You being a man in a relationship, have you ever came really close but
Not
walked
at all,
away?
man. I hit
so
too
you've
hard. I'm
never
telling
had
you,
the desire.
It may not look like it.
So have you ever
but I got
felt
a nice
like, oh,
jab
this
and a
girl
right
need to
hand.
get slapped in the mouth?
Hey, listen.
We
I was in a relationship where a girl kicked me in my chest with her cowboy boot, with the heel of it,
Hee haw.
and I punched her in her leg.
That was a reaction.
That was a reaction.
I
Yeah,
wanted
that was a
to
reaction.
attack, but I tempered my reaction, frankly, to, all right, I'm going to put some frogs in your leg.
Okay.
Now, as a little boy, anybody out there listening, to our overseas listeners, you may not understand what this means, and to our white listeners, putting some frogs in somebody's arm or legs is as innocent as, how old are you today? 14 punches on your arm, or I just wanted to kind of like react.
Let her
Right,
know that
right.
you're not going to be
You
kicking me with no
can't- right.
cowboy
No,
boot,
I'm not
ma'am.
that dude. And I've been in those relationships, or at least that one, where a woman wanted to incite
She
violence.
put her hands on you
Because
first.
no, she didn't put her hands on me, but she just
Put her
that
boot
boot
on.
was a different story. You could have slapped the shit out of me,
Right.
but to put your cowboy boot, the heel of it in my chest, that was a different level for me.
Yeah,
But she
definitely.
came from an abusive.
So that was
family.
okay with her. She had in her psyche that she had a green light to put her hands on you. See,
But
that's what
there
they
is
think.
a barrier that a man crosses even
Yeah,
at that moment.
it
I
is.
did.
Right.
Even just in punching her in the leg for doing it.
Right.
You know?
But the
Right.
thing about it is, in a relationship, and we're talking domestic abuse in a relationship, this is somebody that you have said, I'm going to care for, I'm going to love, I'm going to make sure nobody hurts this person.
And then you hurt them.
And now you're the one that's doing it. So there's something going on with you. And on the other side, just to say to women, we jump into things too quickly.
Yeah, we do.
Guilty.
Guilty.
A man can just tell us a bunch of lies, and they start sounding good, and they're lies, but they sound so good. So, I'm gonna give him a chance. And his last girlfriend said he kicked her ass all the time, but I'm different. He's not gonna do that with me. That's never gonna happen. And whoop whoop whoop, and dog died, and shit. I mean, all kinds of things will come into your head if you want something to happen. Because this is what you want. I want him, so I'm going to be the one to change him. Get over yourself.
I
okay?
know. Oh, my goodness.
That is not going to happen. You can't change. People change when they have a need to change.
Right.
When they want to change. When that desire and that want comes together with a must, like a dude go to jail. Okay, you about to change.
Right.
Certain things happen that make you change, but another person can't make you. They can motivate you
Exactly.
to want to change, but it has to come from the man. And, like back to the Bible, it said that a man should go out looking for you. You shouldn't be out trolling
Trying
for
to
him.
find him,
You
right.
know, when a man finds a woman, a wife, he finds a good thing, So try to get yourself together and, and be the type of woman that one man in my life hit me. It was an accident. These two dudes was fighting over me, and I got in the way and got knocked out.
He didn't hit you. You got in the way.
I got in the way and got knocked out.
Did you get knocked out cold?
I got knocked
out cold.
Okay.
He was
Oh.
fighting for you, girl.
And I don't know which one of them I chose after. It's up to y'all.
Uh-huh,
Y'all decide.
You woke up and forgot their names, didn't you?
Hello. But I was in a relationship that ended in a fight, because whatever those circumstances were, but he ended up trying to fighting me. And that was it. It was over after that. There was there's no coming. My father didn't hit me. My mother punished us.
So you never had your hands put on you by a man.
Never, ever. And if I even think about it, I start plotting against it, because it's just not something that men should do.
Ever. Brothers.
Ever.
If you are in our listening audience and the sound of our voices, you need to check yourself anytime
Absolutely.
you feel you need to punch a woman.
Yeah.
Because every one of us at that flashpoint in time makes a decision to cross that line. Ain't no guesswork about it, sisters. I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you got a cat who ain't got no line and he just haul off and clock you anytime he wants, I know it's your show, but I'm going to say that's a straight up pussy. That's a pussy ass dude.
Because he's scared to hit some dudes.
feel me?
That's why he's
Right, that's why he all
woman.
rah-rah on
Yeah.
you.
In fact, I'm going to take that back. I'm sorry. He's an abused man,
That's what
and
it
he
is.
needs psychology and, some
Because we
social
found
work
out,
done
like,
on
one
him.
of my clients, he came home from the pen. Her dude came home from the pen jumping on her. And we found out that he was getting jumped on and
Jumped
raped in
on.
prison.
Yeah.
And he came home trying to jump on her and rape her all the time. So,
And I would just, I don't know.
Funny
The
how
way
the
I
mind
was,
works.
the way I was raised is, if something bad happened to me, I try to
Ain't trying to perpetrate it on somebody else, right?
no, not at all.
Not
at
trying
all.
to
That's
do
why
One
you
good turn
burning
deserves
yourself
another,
and you
but
like,
one
you go
bad
coach-
turn don't.
Yeah.
You know,
You feel me?
I just believe in karma too much.
Okay.
And that's why I get so many great things, because I really don't do anything bad on purpose.
Right.
I might stumble on this.
Okay,
Yeah,
might
but
slide.
I didn't plan to do it.
Okay,
you know.
plotting or planning on nothing.
Well, that's unique for me because I thought she was an angel, and I didn't think y'all made no mistakes. I really did. I thought y'all was perfect. I thought you was perfect, Brooks. Really?
You know.
She
All
is. She's
your life-
perfectly Brooke.
All your life in front of me, you've been perfect, sister.
See?
She
You hear me?
is.
2
Perfect.
hours at once a week. I could
Perfect.
do that.
You can be perfect.
I could do that all day
I
long.
can be perfect.
It's the after hours.
Right.
Maybe we'll take that
When
up
you
after
ain't
the
around.
break.
But a friend of mine told me the other day, he said, God created some angels and put them on earth without wings, so they wouldn't fly away, so they would walk amongst us. And I'm
Huh.
like, oh,
Such is your life.
So
Pity you.
sweet.
Aww.
I'm going to walk amongst us.
Okay.
Us mere mortals. You're right.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
We sure appreciate you too. Thank you.
I do feel like you an angel though, because you have like got me kind of toned and reserved, and I know how to shut up and listen and just act a certain way and
So
hold
that's
my head
just
a
one
certain
ghetto
way.
bitch knowing how to talk to another one. That's yes. See, I grew up with you.
Show you the ropes,
Huh.
little
You was
homie.
my sisters.
Okay.
Little homie.
Well, I'm listening. I'm taking notes and I'm practicing what you preaching, ma'am.
But the thing about Trizah, she is a quick learner. She decide to do something, it's done. It is done right now. So that's what I'm trying to be. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up.
So, ladies, I got to tell you, and especially you, Brooks, I'm feeling really guilty
Uh-oh.
because I'm over here sampling your food.
Oh, okay.
And I got to tell you,
Boom.
it's real hot, fresh out the pot.
Oh.
But I got to tell you, man.
I thought I seen him
that boy
sneak in
Stephen
with
Neal.
some.
That boy can cook. Stephen Neal can cook, man.
But now you about to get him jumped on because you
See?
eating before us.
And is the rice
Trying to
ready
get the man
yet?
in.
You don't need no rice for this,
See
man.
the rice.
Did he make some cornbread or something to go with it?
I was coming later.
No.
Later, you gonna
Right now, you might need a little sampler right here. This show is tasting.
Stevie, oh.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
you
so
hear
salty.
us. Okay, now you got an angry black woman.
He's on the street getting that cornbread and all the rice and all that for y'all. But right now, I'm
all
sampling
right.
your meal. I'll be your guinea pig for today.
We're gonna take a break and beat up
All right,
Richard.
so-
Yeah, we is. We gonna have a
what the-
black eyed DJ. Now we promoting domestic violence. So that's
I knew I could bring it out. there.
Katrina, we getting ready.
okay. Come get your boo. He eating our food. Okay, we tried to keep our. I know you don't want us to put our hands on him, but now we really gonna put our hands on him.
Hello, in a
And not-
different way.
in a different way.
way. We're gonna take a break. We're and it smells so good though. Makes you want it.
That's all right.
All right,
Y'all need to get in
Stevie.
and get some samples, maybe.
I don't want to get
Take a
a
break.
sample. I want to. I want
I
to
want
wait
the
until
cornbread.
he's
I want
ready.
everything.
Right. I want to wait till he's
Yeah.
ready to
We want to
serve
wait till
it.
it's ready to serve.
No, you don't.
We want him laying in the bed with it rock hard. when we get in
No,
the
trust
room.
me. You want to get a
Look,
little sample of this here. I'm trying to.
Look, and he
And
ain't.
he has not stopped
Girl, you
chewing.
can put the spoon back in the drawer. He done. It's clean.
That's a dirty spoon. I peeled that out the trash.
Uh-oh.
Need some of that.
All right, a
It's all
necessary
good.
conversation is going
Get
to take a
some.
break, and we're going to go and sample our lunch prepared by Chef Stevie Neal. I never knew his last name.
Yeah. Well, you don't
Stevie
ask. That's
Neal, because I have another friend named Stevie Neal, but he can't cook
bet
at
you
all.
all. This might be your new friend, Stevie Neal.
Oh wait, you know, a man who can cook.
Right.
There's a lot to be said for that.
A lot. And what's that shoe we wear?
We're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna talk to Trizah a little bit more. That's okay. We're gonna be okay when we come back.
School of that shoe size don't matter. Trust me.
We will resume this conversation when we come back. You're listening to LATalkLive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. Join us, and we'll be right back.
You are now tuned into LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Barbara Perkins, inviting you to join us every Sunday afternoon at 2:40 for Sisters at the Well Radio, a conversation with women about women. Join us as we share stories about current events, jazz events, business opportunities, health and wellness, entertainment, and so much more. So don't forget to tune in Sundays at 2:40, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Jerry Bell of the Daz Band in New Birth.
And I'm Brahima Arsalan.
Inviting you to join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time for Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics, baby.
Join us as we play some of the greatest hits of soul and R&B and listen in to interesting discussions with the legends of the music.
So don't you forget, join us on the Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics. You'll love it. Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio.
Or watch us and listen directly at latalklive.com, baby.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk, baby. We are music.
Hello world, how you living? This is D Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com, or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the rap project every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the Rap Project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D-Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the Rap Project every Wednesday at 7, right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
Hey y'all, I'm Shaquem Williams and I'm the host of The Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live. We broadcast to the world every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Live music, live performances, we're just live. Chef Momo, Life MC, Diana, and once again your host Shaquem Williams. So come join us every Friday here at LA Talk Live, the world-leading broadcasting internet radio station. The Shock Factor. The Shock Factor. Join us on The Shock Factor.
are back. We got some great music in the background. Richard, the Dr. Dre of Internet Radio.
Recognize.
Hello.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You
There's a
working
lot
on
of joy in music. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know your next question. Are you working on our CD for our event? Mm-hmm. And I need to get busy with that. Yeah.
You got still almost 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna put you together a mad mix. How many hours do I need?
2.
Oh, that's easy, man. I'm gonna give you 3 hours just in case you go over.
All right.
Word? You like my music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
How about you, Trizah? You're not saying nothing. I take requests.
I told you, find me some Roy Ayers. I am your man. When I first got him,
Roy
Ubiquity.
Ayers, girl, what you know about
That's
Ubiquity?
the Ubiquity album?
Yes. I am your man, part 2.
Uh-oh, part 2.
Find
I'm on
that
that.
one.
I'm
Find
on
that
that
one.
one.
Find
Ain't got to find it. I got it in my library.
You know,
Okay.
Richard got all the real music.
Louis.
Yeah.
What about some enchantment? It's you that I need.
What you need to do is tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for Jerry Bell's Soul R&B Classics. We had Larry Fingers Dunn from Earth, Wind, and Fire up in this piece yesterday with his beautiful wife and a crew that he brought with him. And I'm telling you, all of the great music that you young people know of Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? Yeah, take that with you, girl. Gonna ride with that. He was on keyboard-wise. This cat goes way, way back with Earth, Wind, and Fire. So we had him in here yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, I let Shock run that board because he's a musician, and I wanted to get all those music heads together. I'm a musicologist, not a musician.
What is that?
I'm one who studies music and sound and appreciates what these incredible artists like Jerry Bell, Larry Dunn, Verdine White,
I love Verdine.
Man, these cats, some heavy cats coming through here. And so for
Was
me,
he here?
it's quite a, oh, come on. Yeah.
And you know what?
You ladies need to tune in to LA Talk
came in-
Live.
No, it's funny that you mentioned
the
that.
American Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Yeah.
What the
I
devil
know.
is
I need
going
to.
on
I
in
need
this
to get
piece?
that link to get it in my
Yeah, we
car.
need to get you some
That's
apps
what I
and all
need
that
to do.
stuff.
Okay.
Because
Anyway,
I
what you
drive
gonna
too
say?
much. I need to be listening.
But you can on your phone. You
I
can
know.
download the Radio Flag app. You can download the TuneIn app. If you are sitting in traffic on the 405, man, get that Ustream app. Because you're inching by, and you can literally be watching this show live right now in your car, on your mobile
See,
device,
That's
on
what
your
I'm
tablet.
I need the Ustream. That's
Drive
what I
time
want.
radio, that's a word of the past. It's all drive time now. If you got a smartphone, one of them little cute little in-car stereos that had a little audio auxiliary jack to it, you can literally plug your cell phone or your tablet and be listening to all this great music and dialogue here on your show every Thursday at noon. A necessary conversation takes place.
Absolutely.
And you can be listening to it live in your car right now.
So I'm gonna before we leave, while we're having lunch, we're gonna write down all those.
Yeah, we got to
So I
get something
can
going on
start.
with that. So you can
Now
tell
I've been trying to get in touch with Renee. My assistant says she called to get Nessa's. You told her Nessa had all the information about the social media girl.
Yep.
So I need to get that.
All right, we'll hook that up. That's going to be Jennifer Matthews.
That's a different person. I'm talking about the intern that was right there.
Oh, okay, all right.
What her name was? Renee.
I don't know none of these.
Oh, you didn't know the intern. Well, who was doing interns? Van.
Van and Ness, they work with interns. Yes, they do.
Okay.
And big ups to all our interns, and big ups to Long Beach
Yeah.
College who sent us all those wonderful
Oh, very
interns as
good. Send me one. I need one or two.
well. Yeah, you need
interns
two.
in here, yeah.
I know you.
I
Maybe
do. I
three
really
even.
do need two,
You
though.
need an entourage of interns.
No, just two. I'm not.
No?
No,
You're not
that
greedy?
was the other one. No, that
Oh,
was.
oh, you're right. Yeah, that dude.
That was the other
That
one.
was
I
that
just
dude.
need-
That's what I call it. That dude. What up, that dude?
Yes.
Right.
So I
Over
need
there
to get
with
me
that Chicken and
two.
Waffle Network. What up, that dude?
So funny.
Oh,
So funny.
oh.
We
Oops.
have
I had to go there, man, because he dissed us on the radio
when.
a long time ago.
Oh,
Talking about, does anybody listen to that station? I'm like, fool, that just goes to show you don't even know what station you was on.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude.
bad. Yeah, I know he watches my show.
I know he does. What up, that dude? I hope you're watching right now. Yeah, it's me. The other dude.
Well, we got so much stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
that, I can't even really. I'm so happy for whatever anybody else is doing.
Right.
Because we're
Okay.
doing the damn thing.
We
you
really
know, we
are.
really
Okay.
are. And doing it the right way.
The
so
right way.
That's why we get all the blessings.
So we got Shock Factor coming up later. Shock Kim Williams going to join you on the show.
Did he call and say he was coming?
I'm going to call him right now.
Call him because
Yeah.
he called me to tell me he was going to drop in.
Let's put him on blast.
Yeah. You know, so
Chef
Shock
Neil
Kim.
in the other room.
He's going to be
Cooking
coming
up a
out with,
storm.
in a minute.
Smell like a slave kitchen up here,
And we
don't
need
it?
to do some calling time because I spend so much time on
We
the
have
air
calling all the
talking
time.
about. Okay, well, we're gonna get the number out there because
Here's the number,
I have
323.
some very special guests that want to call in,
You know the number?
and they have a few things to say.
So here's the number,
I'm about to hold
323.
on. I'm about to send them the number right now.
Okay, 323
I'm sure
473
this will be very, very enjoying for the
323
listeners. Okay.
323
323
473
473
3100.
3100.
For those of you slow to the pen, I'm going to say it again. 323, that's free pimping there. 323 473 3100. 323 473 3100. We got a brand new number. So call
I
us.
have not
We can
committed it
join
to
you
memory yet.
on the Skype line. You can have multiple people talking, all gabbing
Oh,
and
okay.
babbling all together at once.
That's hot.
That's hotness. All right.
We need to do it.
Turning it back over to you.
Wow.
Lady
Okay,
Brooks, what's going on with you?
Oh my God, there's so many wonderful things, but let me see, what can I share?
Let's go back to the event because I think we need to reiterate that. I feel remiss that we don't have a banner and a live
We will.
audio ad running to promote that. Let's go
Yeah.
back to that because that's going to be hot. And
It
big ups to my
is.
main man, Ends, and
And the comedy
incredible
union.
comedy union.
Yes, we next week when we come in, we'll have everything. We'll have the posters.
on the lock and load.
We'll have everything. We'll have some more guests. Miss Coco Brown will be joining us next week, and some chef is coming next. Oh, Chef Petty is joining us next
Richard
week.
Petty.
Oh,
Nice.
Petty will be back next week. Yeah.
I've also got a guy named Chef Maurice who wants to join you on your show. He's worked with you and
Well,
some other
great.
people in the past. We'll talk about that.
All right. Yes, I need. And yeah, Richard, I need to start lining up some different kinds of guests. So we need to put our heads together because you had quite a few people
We got a lot of folks
that I
lined
want
up
to
for
bring
you.
on the
Yeah.
show.
I'll tell you, Starlet Quarles had a great show last night. The Dialogue,
Who did?
5 p.m. Starlet Quarles, the Dialogue with Starlet Quarles every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. A group of pastors and reverends talking about this whole new show. And I wanted to ask you about that before you get too deep in the show. L.A. Preachers, I think was the name of the show that premiered
I
last
saw
night.
it advertised.
I didn't get
Y'all
to
did
see
not
it. I
watch
missed
that?
it. I missed it.
I don't do
Oh.
reality.
Well, I'm telling you, ladies, if you want some fun shit to talk about every Thursday at noon, you're going to want to check that show out.
Now, is that the one with Lisa Ray and her husband?
No.
Different one.
Nope. L.A. Preachers, I think the name of the show is.
Oh,
As a
my
matter of fact, I can
God.
tell you what the name of that show was. It was hilarious. I really was really blown
Now,
away.
who were some of the preachers?
Oh, I don't know none of them preachers because
Noel
I don't.
Noel
yeah.
Jones. I mean, well, you saw it.
No, I missed it. I meant to watch it because as an ordained minister, I love to see what's out there and what people are
Girl,
doing.
You would have had a good old time.
And
with
I
that.
wish they would have.
But
had
what
me
was the
on.
content of the show?
The idea is following like 5 preachers and reverends and pastors. I mean, you know how that works out. Not sure of the hierarchy of that. My girl, whose father is a pastor, had to break that down to me. Like that a minister is below a preacher, or rather a pastor, and all that whole structural thing. So I really had a good time watching that with Katrina last night. I love you, baby. I hope you're watching and listening. That said, they followed 5, not all black, 4 brothers and 1 white guy.
Yeah.
They got a young dude, a senior cat, maybe it might have been more than 5 even. There were several different preachers they follow in their day-to-day life.
Oh, it's on Oxygen.
The best part about following them in their day-to-day life was sitting there in their fancy cars and going to their fabulous houses over the cliffs of the beaches of Los Angeles.
Wow.
Seeing how them brothers and
Collect
that
all their
one white
money and
dude
take it to the
was
mountaintop,
living.
huh?
I just didn't quite get it. You know, so it's going to be an interesting
And that's why I'm
reality
really
show.
not in the church. Like when I do my church, we had church in one room. Like when I was little, like in Tennessee, when I used to go down to Tennessee and stuff, it was a church, right? And you walk in the front door, Okay, and it was a big old church. The pastor was on the pulpit at the front.
And it was some
to the
pews.
left, it was pew, but to the left of the pastor was a bathroom, and to the right was a broom closet. Everybody got to see what everybody was doing. You could not see. The choir was behind the preacher. Everything was, there was no secret rooms, and the pastor didn't have no big elaborate office. Everything, if you had to meet with the pastor, you going to meet on the front pew at the church.
Didn't have no diocese.
No.
But churches have become big business now. They're not like community, little community. My father was a pastor my whole life, and he always had a nice big church, with, well, not always, but after I was like in high school, junior high, he always had a congregation with 200-300 members, but it was still like a small
community thing.
Right,
everybody
church,
knew each other.
Until it wasn't anymore. But it's so much shit that goes on behind the scenes. And my mother, I used to tell her, "Big God bless you, Mama, for being a pastor's wife, because
being the first lady, that's a tough job." I learned last
kicking
night.
bitches' asses all day long,
right.
And then the men was hitting on my mama hard. I mean, this was at church.
At church.
In the what you call it, the Wednesday night Bible study.
Right. Yeah, church was the first place I found out that everybody kneeling ain't praying. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. So, LA pastors.
I'm a little confused. What do you mean by that?
We will check that
out. Preachers of LA.
Preachers of LA.
Premiered last night, Wednesday, October
on
9 on Oxygen. Every week at 10 p.m., 9 Central on the Oxygen Network. Oprah sent us some money, would you? And I'm going to get a rundown of those preachers of LA who were involved with this. Some old, some young. Got a young cat. He's like real, hip hop and thug.
I seen
well, they talk about who they are. They have Bishop Noel Jones.
Oh, see, y'all got it faster than me. You got some great
hair.
They
have Derek Haddon. I don't know.
Haslett?
No, Haddon.
Oh yeah, that brother. He was fly. He had an entourage and all.
That's flaunting. That's too much. And see, with my church, I want to get the money back. If we do raise the collection, let's chop it up with 5 mothers whose lights about to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? If we got, it's like, it don't take all that, and that just shows their exuberance. And
in all fairness, because I have been a member of a tiny church and a big church, and the difference is just the amount of money. That's all. Because once people get in a certain position, they start to they want a different thing. We used to raise money to build a big church, and we raised money and we got the big church. And then a whole different element came in
with the big church.
So it changed the whole, it changed the whole way we looked at things. And people were, giving money to buy pews, to sit on the front row, and what kind of shit? Excuse me.
Dedicated. The pew is dedicated to
you.
Somebody.
Can't nobody sit here but you, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, this
politics in the church.
I stopped going to church, and I stopped going to church because I did not like it anymore, and ignored it. And I didn't go back to church again. And that was when I think I was 19. I didn't go back to church again until Deanna, my daughter, was 9. And she begged me to go to church with her. And I started going back and reconnected. But I just did not like what was happening. And
you was always connected. You was just on your own frequency.
I was, me and God just had a two-way thing going on. That's what that was about. But the same thing now. I called Mama Rosa, Omarosa's mother, because is a preacher. And I said, I want to come to a church that has some meaning.
Right.
I don't need a whole bunch of people. I want to feel something when I walk in the church, and I don't care what size it is. I want to get that feeling. I know what it feels like. I can get it sitting at home, listening to, watching Joel Olsen.
Yes.
But just something. Sometimes you want to be in that atmosphere, but they were not giving me that You have to wear a certain thing or look a certain way, and people were talking about you. And this is church. We're supposed to. Hey, if I don't look a certain way, then help me.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't
you know,
talk
if I
about
don't
me,
have
help about-
something, yeah.
Yeah. I met a
So I
church
just-
lady when I was having lunch with my brother-in-law the other day. It was a lady. It was at church, and she was looking through her purse for a card, and she setting stuff on the bar like her stuff, and she had pulled out some peanuts. And I said, "Oh, what's that? A snack for church?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, anybody who put nuts in their mouth in service is all right with me."
Say the pastor might be going a little bit long.
Okay. I said, you is all right with me. But yeah, I didn't think the big church thing, because you know some churches have ATMs in the back of them. Some of them have, you got to fill out a credit report. For the one on Crenshaw Christian Center, you have to fill out a credit report. They check your credit before they let you join their church.
You are making that up. My sister was the director of their child care center for
I
years.
had no idea about that. I thought somebody was joking, and when I heard it, so you know me, that's down the street. I took my little butt on over there, and they have credit applications, because you know, like Ed McMahon, and it's a lot of big people that go to that Crenshaw Christian Center.
But what?
Well, no, I understand that, but this was their reasoning.
So
like,
if
to
I
find
wanna
out where
go
to sit you, they want to know where to seat you, like according to your credit score.
No, you're just making this part of your routine.
No. Go over there, and they will give you. If you go there and you say you want to join the church, they'll make you fill out a profile, credit report, all of that. And I thought it was some BS when I heard it, but no, they really, and they just say it's just for the congregation to know who they dealing with. But I'm like, what do my credit got to do with the Lord? You know
Why
what
you
I'm
need
saying?
my social security number for me to join church?
And then they check and see like how much you make to make sure you giving your 10% and stuff like that. So I'm just like,
oh, you don't get to do that.
I don't need nobody that much in my business to praise God.
Not a church. No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to buy a house for
right.
me.
I'm not trying to buy you a house either,
You
Mr.
know?
Pastor Man. So that's all right, because ours is gonna be good. We're gonna have our facility, our church. We about to run circles around the government.
I don't know here's the thing that I'm gonna tell you that I will not be involved in.
What?
I'm not gonna be involved in a church. Okay,
I
will
just
be
want
there. I will
people
be
can
praising
go pray.
and worshiping and everything.
You know how they got the church, but it's always open for people just to come and pray.
Yes.
And it just so happens that somebody is there to minister you and talk to you.
Absolutely.
I want something like that.
Yes.
Where people are free to come and go.
Because I ain't gonna be no first, second, third, or fourth.
No.
No.
I want a free spirit church, because we are free
Exactly.
spirits and we have free will. And I think God put in everybody's heart to do right or wrong, to go left or right or up or down. And I just want one of them places where people can walk into it. If they want to go to the altar, I don't have to do no altar call. I don't even have to be there. If you want to go and pray and feel something divine and get some kind of spiritual enlightenment, I just want the doors to be open, just like a chapel, where you can walk in and relieve yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you want to talk and pray, then you can make an appointment with somebody. But I want just a place where you can cleanse your own spirit if that's what you need to do.
Well, and big ups to you.
Thank you,
I'm gonna be
thank you,
cleansing my
thank you.
spirit
Right.
there. I used to tell my ex-husband, because he was always like leaning toward, like he was, gonna be preaching and stuff, and I'm like, well, let me tell you this: if you do, start looking for a first lady,
because I'm not her. Huh?
It ain't gonna be me.
Have you heard? What have you had experience with Jehovah's Witnesses?
No.
That whole girl, I got sent to a Jehovah's Witness foster home one time, and it was right before the holidays. So I show up in school, everybody got their little costume on, and the little girl was like, well, what are you? I said, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Because they wouldn't let me. It's like all the holidays just got cut out the box. Yeah, you can't do none of that. And there's too many. I think some of the rules that different religions have, some of that got to be something personal, and it can't have nothing to do with the Lord. Because if you just telling me to do this and don't do that, I think whoever wrote your little scriptures is just being bossy.
Say, yeah, they just bully. But no, it's work. A friend of mine, and hey there, Michael Wilson, he owns a winery.
Hey, let's go see Michael. When he coming on the show?
I'm gonna
Tell
call
him to
you
bring
Michael.
some samples.
I'm gonna have him do a basket for me for the fundraiser.
Hey,
he will always do something amazing. But he was telling me about how many versions of the Bible there were, and he had like about maybe 8 or 9 of them in his car.
Wow,
different versions. the Bible according to this, according to that.
Right. Because if you look at it, it say the King James Version. So I said, why I got to believe what King James said?
King James was a pervert.
Exactly.
So,
so why are we listening to him? Why is we listening to him? And if you notice, it's perverted stories in the Bible.
Oh my God!
So it's like kids, little girls sleeping with getting their daddy drunk and raping them and all kinds of stuff.
If you read
the Bible, yes, because I've read it cover to cover.
It is. Interpretation is everything,
isn't it?
And you have to understand when things were written to get the full meaning of what they were saying.
Exactly.
Because if you're trying to read a Bible that was written, 1,000 years ago,
and you trying to adapt that into 2013, there's something wrong with you.
It don't work.
Wrong. You know what part of the Bible I do like? Proverbs.
Oh, I
think that's an inspiration. Psalms and Proverbs. I think those are inspirational scriptures.
Yeah.
Now that's the most I got out of the Bible was Psalms and Proverbs because they was uplifting, inspirational, gave you a little instruction, a little good word for the day. But I'd have read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John can go somewhere.
I like Genesis because I love the creation, and I loved, it made me think about how things are going to work.
You know what? Yeah. Go back to what we was talking about, how kids think. My daughter said today, because my son doing a report on giraffes, right? So she was like, well, giraffes have long necks, right? And I said, yeah. She's like, well, how did their necks get long? So I told her a whole story about evolution, about how the trees used to be short, and then the giraffes had short necks, and then as the trees grew, the grass. She was like, Mama, why they just couldn't have been born to have long necks? She was like, why you think just because a tree was a little tree? And then she was like, trees grow. And she was like, so you mean if you put some food on the top shelf, my arms going to get long?
Oh,
I said, you just broke down 430 years of evolution.
Soon as anybody asks me a question, even if I have the answer, I refer them to Google.
Google it.
Yeah, because I'm saying, hey, my answer may be a little bit off. It might be right on, but Google it.
Let's
so
see
you
what
can have
4.5 other million people got to say.
Hello, because I have been wrong about a lot. I'm like, what?
Right.
Okay, I really didn't know that. But yeah, information, the internet
is the age of information.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It can also be the devil when you got an ex-boyfriend that wants to hack your account and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, but we was talking about information.
We could take anything and we can abuse it. And that, that's what's being done, using it for evil. But I choose to use my powers.
I feel like a celebrity. Paris Hilton, her Google account got hacked too. And they were tracked. So if I'm in the class with and different celebrities and stuff who phone, Beyonce's phone got hacked, and they took pictures and stuff out of her account, and
they did that to me. They hacked my Facebook.
Well, I'm among wonderful companies.
Canceled all my pictures and everything. All the pictures of me and my ex, they took them all down.
Well, we have a clue who that might have been.
I said, okay then, whatever. I said, let the universe work this out.
Right, but I told you, girl, the letter about when all this madness first started, the letter P jumped off of my laptop. And Peter popped off, and I was
funny.
like, so stuff happens just to let us know, hey, baby, you don't need that no more.
Do not. Absolutely. God moves things out of your way when you are trying so hard to hold on to. And it's time to let it go. Let it go. Yes, let it go. We are going to be letting go of domestic violence, and that's what we're going to be doing. Letting people know that there are resources, there are places, there are people you can talk to. If you have domestic violence in your life, if you know somebody, women are dying.
Yeah, they are.
Because
like you talk about cancer and what is that? They got leukemia and high blood pressure. You get a diagnosis for that, and you can get treated, and the doctor can help you. But when this nigga just take you out one day, you just out the game.
My girlfriend didn't go home one day, and it saved her life. Because he was waiting. He was waiting for her, and he had told her he was going to kill her that
I had
day.
a friend, she's burned up. This guy put lye in her body wash, and luckily she didn't wash her face first, but like her fingers and her arm, and you know how you start washing up from her fingers to her arm, all of this where she first started soaping up is like burned up like she was in a fire. I had always seen it looking like that. And I asked her one day what happened. She's like, this nigga put some acid and some lye in my body wash. She was like, I use Noxzema on my face, so I never wash my face in the shower, and I guess he didn't know that. But yeah, so guys are treacherous, and they would do
but you know,
anything.
people, and then another form of
Don't
abuse
be putting no
that
special sauce on my salad.
Another form of abuse that we don't even talk about is children abusing parents. And I heard about that, and I'm like, hold up. You mean somebody you gave birth to?
I got a client that does that.
Yeah.
I have a client that's going through that right now. Her son threatens her, intimidates her. That's why I said, I'm like, how did the roles get reversed?
Yeah.
What happened with that? Because I was in Burger King one day. I was out in a nice area, and I stopped to get something to eat, and the lady in front of me, she asked the little boy, what you want to eat? And he's like, I don't want nothing. And she's like, well, what do you want? What do you want? You want a kid's meal? You want a big boy meal? I don't want nothing. So she took it upon herself to order the little boy something to eat. That little boy told his mama, bitch, I said I didn't want nothing. Girl, time stopped. Okay, the fries stopped frying, the grill stopped grilling. It was a dog outside that stopped pissing in midair. Okay, it was ridiculous, and everybody just paused like, we know she gonna slap the shit out of him. She gonna grab him by the collar and say, "Wait till we get home." Shit, he wouldn't have had no home to go.
He would have woke up,
girl, in the emergency room.
That's
like, what is all these white lights? He'd have been woke up with Saint Peter or some Paul or something. He'd have been at the pearly gates. He'd have talked about God trying to be like, can you rewind that?
Hello, how did I get here? You gotta tell him again. Watch the tape.
Watch and see.
There you go.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. People will not take advantage of disciplining their kids at a young age. So when they get older, I've seen 4 and 5-year-old kids tell their mamas, no, and I'm not going. I'm going to tell you, out of my 5 kids, never had a temper tantrum, never had a fallout in the store, never had a shouting match or a contest or they legs crossed. My kids can't even poke their lips out too bad. And I don't care if they eat lemons or not. You can't. I don't allow none of that.
Deanna she had one temper tantrum
one
in
outburst.
The store. She was maybe 4.
Now, we're going to give her an only kid pass, but I do want to hear about this.
And she wanted something. I said, no. You are not being fair, Mommy. I said, mommies don't have to be fair. They have to be mommies. And I said, come on. I'm not coming. I said, okay. And then I left her little ass right there. I went and kept on shopping. I just kept on shopping. I went to the counter. I was putting my stuff up on the lady in the store knew. She said, your daughter's looking for you. I said, I know. I checked out my groceries. I'm pushing my bag out. Pushing my basket out to the car.
Okay, you was for real.
Mommy, I can't believe you gonna leave me. Mommy.
What?
She never had another chance.
What?
She had one.
She said
one thing where she was 16. Now
took her
all those years to have another one.
Wow.
She was 16, and sometimes I was dating Michael at the time, so I would leave her. I would go over to his house, hang out. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wouldn't even come home until like 4 or 5 in the morning.
And you grown, so you can do that.
And she was 16. She could be there by herself. We lived in an apartment building with all our neighbors and friends. Like, she was cool, no problem. One particular night, I decided to come home early, just for some reason. I said, let me just go home early. So I went home about 10. Mm-hmm. And I had the kind of house where you drive into the garage, and then you just go upstairs from your garage to your house. So I went upstairs, all quiet and everything. Then I went up to the next floor where the bedrooms were, and she was in my bed sleeping, which she did a lot. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you okay? You sleeping? She's like, mm-hmm. Like, something is wrong.
Huh.
So I walked through the house. I went back down to the kitchen. Then I went and looked. We had a bathroom that was right on the first floor by the garage door. So I pushed the bathroom door open, and it wouldn't open all the way.
Whoa.
I pulled it open, and there was her boyfriend, Michael.
Whoa.
Standing behind the door.
Oh.
So I said, Michael, how long were you going to stay there?
Right.
Because she was pretending to sleep. He said, until Deanna come let me out.
Wow.
She came flying down the stairs and screaming something. I said, you were wrong. And she was like screaming, I don't have to be here. And she ran out the door.
Bye.
I ran out right behind her, and there was a brick wall just like that you had to go out the gate
To get, yeah.
She couldn't make it because the
Oh.
gate wouldn't open automatically, only for a car.
Right.
He was right behind her. I grabbed her and slung her into that wall. Now I said, now if you want to leave, I'm going to help you leave.
Right.
I'm so sorry, Mommy. Oh, I'm so sorry. We'll never do it again. We never had more problems.
After that, huh?
Never
Wow.
did. Because your kids, you have to let them know who you are.
Who the boss
you
is.
are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I love you. And I used to think my mother was so mean when she would say, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out.
Exactly.
And I'm like, how can a parent say something like that?
And mean it.
Let me tell you, if a child that I know, I don't have to be related to him. If I know him and I hear him talk to a parent like that, I don't
like that. I'm
gonna hit him.
And my kids, my friends' kids that do disrespect them, they don't do it around me.
Exactly.
They won't do it around me. If I come over, they just the best little kids in the world. They sitting around like shiny new pennies.
Like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Then when I leave, they mama will call me and tell me XYZ. But nah, I don't do that.
I'm like, no, kids and violence, they don't go together.
Not at all. Not at all.
They don't go together. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to close out with Chef Stevie Neal. And he brought us something. We're going to see how good it really is.
Yeah, we want to
I'm
see
gonna
how
tell you how
good
good
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah, you're his
Once
bestest
you get
friend. So
started-
you
Yeah,
know.
we
you
can't take
say
your
that.
word
We
for it.
can't
Y'all
take
in
your
cahoots.
word.
Y'all,
You're not on the mic yet, Chef Neal, so don't even worry about this.
We'll let you know because we
is
don't
gonna
lie.
yeah, you about to feed a fat girl, so I'm gonna let you know
What that
your
boy has
food
made in
cost.
there is like Kit Kat Pop'ems, meaning that once you get started, you cannot stop eating
Okay,
it.
we gonna see.
I have not
gonna
told you,
see what
ladies,
it do.
but I will admit this on the air today during Domestic Violence Month that I have had like 4 cups of that.
Oh, see. Is there any left, Richard?
Exactly. We just gonna be sopping
just
up the
enough.
juice with the bread.
Just enough for you and Trizah. That's it.
Okay.
Man, that boy can cook.
Trina, we may be beating Richard up.
Exactly. And
I
no,
come
just
home
we ain't
lumped up,
gonna
mama.
With a black eye, you know, it's because he ate too much of our food.
much of our food, right?
Won't
And
be
I
the
live
first time
around
I
the
came home
corner.
with a black
so-
eye. All right, hold on.
We're gonna come
Chef
back
Neal,
We
after
gonna
the
set-
break.
we gonna
We're
come back
set
after
it
the
down.
break. We gonna work it
Yeah,
out.
we'll do it like that. All right.
Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Say what?
Handcrafted for your listening.
All right, we're gonna write it down for you.
This is
This is LA Live Talk Radio.
Okay, we're gonna write it down for you.
Okay. Bye,
Then
I'm
you can say
Trizah.
it. And you can say it next.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hello, this is Angela DeJoseph. Join me Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific for the Angela DeJoseph Show. Join me as we venture into health, wealth. We're going to give you news, interviews, and entertainment. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, Live 365, Radio Flag, TiVo Radio, and now live on Facebook. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hey y'all, I'm Shaquem Williams and I'm the host of The Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live. We broadcast to the world every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Live music, live performances, we're just live. Chef Momo, Life MC, Diana, and once again your host Shaquem Williams. So come join us every Friday here at LA Talk Live. the world-leading broadcasting internet radio station, The Shock Factor. The Shock Factor.
Join us on The Shock Factor.
The American Heart Association's Heart.
And captivate women from all walks of life. Our membership includes 44 women that are constantly growing in the areas of personal development and community involvement. Monthly, we offer free leadership classes at McCade's Restaurant. Journey aims to inform women in the areas of heart disease and HIV and AIDS. Experience the journey now by logging into www.journeymosaicinc.com. Toll free 888-906-5519. Journey with no excuses.
Hi, this is Jean Noel Bassior, inviting you to join me for my new show, The Book Beat, Monday evenings at 6:30 p.m. I'll be talking to authors about their latest book so you can find a fantastic read. But more than that, I'll be talking to experts about how you can write your own book and get it published. So tune in on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. And remember, you can catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
This is Brett Chapin.
And this is Dorothy Dillingham Blue, inviting you to join us every Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time for our show, La La Land Talk.
Join us as we talk with some of the top talent in LA. Artists' untold stories, your phone calls, and live on-location broadcasts have made La La Land one of the best sources in LA for everything entertainment.
So don't forget to tune in to La La Land Talk.
Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com.
Saturdays at noon Pacific Time. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, Twitter, twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live.
And we are more than just talk. I think we've got a Shakespeare monologue or two we could do. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Kickball change.
Hey, LA Talk Live listeners, be sure to tune in to Bandwidth Mondo every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. to catch live in-studio performances from a new artist every week.
Also streaming on Radio Flag, iTunes Radio, Live 365, and Ustream.tv.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez.
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Barbara Perkins, inviting you to join us every Sunday afternoon at 2:40 for Sisters at the Well Radio, a conversation with women about women. Join us as we share stories about current events, jazz events, business opportunities, health and wellness, entertainment, and so much more. So don't forget to tune in Sundays at 2:40, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
About you, ain't that messed up? Boy, this world's a trip. Either they keeping you down or they pulling you down. Clip your wings so you can tail spin and hit the ground. We all here together on this spinning rock, trying to make some sense of this life we got. And I ain't met a man yet that got all the answers. And I ain't been nowhere yet.
We are back. I guess you could tell we have been served our lunch and
eating like slaves up in here.
I swear lunch is off the chain. So welcome
like
to
owners.
the table. The person who prepared this delicious lunch, the salad's off the chain too. For us today, we have been honored to have as our special chef today, Chef Stevie Neal. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Brooksy.
How come you're not eating?
Well, because I like to see people
Chefs
enjoy it.
never
You know what I'm
eat.
saying?
Yeah,
We like to see
chefs
you
don't
enjoy
eat.
it more than we like to see ourselves eat. So
Chefs don't eat. They just
Now
make it.
tell me what this is. Tell me what I'm eating.
Yeah.
what you eating right there is some navy beans with smoked turkey leg with brown rice and tilapia, fried, of course. I didn't want to fry it, but my time constraints were.
Because we were supposed to have hush puppies. Excuse me.
Yeah, he
And
fried
green-
tilapia
look-
instead of hush puppies.
You ought to and look. What I was thinking when I was at the store, saw the yams. I was thinking candy yams. I was thinking
So
black
you was
eyed.
just trying to do the most.
No, I wasn't trying to do the most. I was just thinking about black folks and what we like to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Hand me y'all plates.
That's a
what I'm
fight.
thinking.
I think that's a fight
Hand me
right
your
about
plates
now,
right
dude.
now. All that old nonsense.
No, you
y'all
already
about-
have. You already
But-
told
You
us
done
how much
already
you
ate.
had
This
already.
is the bottom of the pot. You done already ate
all
that.
of it, for real.
Damn it, Trizah. I thought you was working with Brooks on that.
Richard start out. He don't be fair. He go in there.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
done had 3 plates.
I was
and
at the
we ain't
store and
had
he told me
none.
when I came back. I was at the store.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm like an alcoholic. I hide my addiction. I was eating on the slide on y'all, sneaking and eating, going into the
Yeah,
admin
let's go right
office,
here. Go
scooping out the
eat in our
pot.
face,
What's
dude.
another?
Just all in our face and everything.
But I was your test dummy. Yeah, it's good, right? I told you, right?
It was very good.
I served my purpose.
And there are
He said
certain
I
types,
served my purpose.
certain types of food that comfort food. This would be considered, like comfort food. This would be a really good meal if you're trying to recover from something.
Yeah, that's mama's recipe right there. That's all mama's food right there. Those are the things that we had. And like with the fish, we probably have a little, this is down south Mississippi, down south, deep south Mississippi.
I thought you was from Philly.
I'm actually from Chicago. I was born in Chicago and raised in New Jersey. But
New
mom and dad are from Mississippi and Arkansas. So that's my influence. Is my mother. Been in the kitchen since 5, watching her cook because she was a single mother, 16 years of age, with a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old. So she taught us how to cook early. So before we went to school, we know how to make our eggs and everything else, and I've been cooking ever since then.
Wow. That's right.
That was perfect. Big ups to mommy.
And that's why you all that love that's in that bowl right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Go and kiss it, girl.
Lobster.
Go and kiss it, girl. Kiss that love.
Heck yeah.
Big ups to Miss Lobster.
Yeah,
Big ups to the New Jersey. Big ups to Burlington.
Big up to West Side Chicago.
Who's all these people?
Shy.
That's his mom and them.
My mom name is Lobster.
That's your mother's name?
Yes. And it's a cooking name, Lobster. See?
Wow.
It is, absolutely. So where's mommy?
Mommy's in New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Mom and dad are in New Jersey. I just talked to them this morning.
Well, thank you for doing
They
such
still
a good
together?
job, mommy.
That happened.
Yeah, they still together. They've been together.
After how many years?
After, how old am I? After almost 50 years coming up.
Oh, wow. That's a big deal.
It's 48, 49 maybe. 49 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
And I've been a pain in their behinds, every last one of them.
Are
Every
you an only
last.
child?
No, I just told you I have grew up with 5 of them.
Oh, you did.
That's why I said that's a wonderful family.
Where you fall in that?
Huh?
Where you fall in?
I'm the second oldest on my father's side. Second oldest on my mother's side. The oldest on my father's side.
Oh, okay. Oh, Pop's got kids too?
Pop's got me as the oldest. He has 7.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Big family. Well, you need to know how to cook when you come from families, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because it'll be your turn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My sisters learned how to cook, but I didn't.
You didn't?
No,
You must be the youngest, huh?
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
She's a princess.
What?
And I did not.
Everybody
Everybody.
Brooks is from the royal family of Compton.
Right.
And,
we grew up on 118th and Wilmington.
The royal.
No, I didn't.
She grew up on the west side of Compton, darling.
Yeah, we grew up in the houses in the ghetto. We weren't in the projects.
I don't understand how they. When I came out here from California, I heard about all these ghettos that you have. Growing up in Chicago and seeing the ghetto, we would love to have lived in those ghettos. We would have loved. We'd still be in those ghettos right now. In Cabrini Green, I don't care where it was at.
You know, they torn all those projects down.
Oh yeah. I was just out there.
Robert Taylor Homes,
Cabrini Green, Ida B. Wells.
Oh yeah,
all gone.
Good. They needed to be gone. They needed to be gone when they were made.
But what they're going to do is, they all those people displaced. Now where they going?
They're all over Illinois causing havoc. I just saw a thing on TV about that. Yes, I just saw a thing on TV.
No, I'm talking about the causing havoc part.
Oh yeah. Well, because you're taking people out of the city now, you put them in the suburbs.
Element. You take them out of what they're accustomed to.
Right, and now they're in the suburbs doing the same thing that they were doing in the city. Wow. And what makes it so bad now is that they have white folks buying and selling and all that other stuff like they were in the city.
Well, they're going to recreate that whole area.
Oh, no question.
And those condos are going to sell for $1 million or more.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And that'll be another way that unless you got some money, you won't be over there.
Well, that's what they did to State Street a long time ago.
But they've done that in every city. They do it in downtown LA. They tried it, but because we have so much other stuff going around, it wasn't successful.
Yeah, same way in North Hollywood as well.
That Ritz-Carlton and all that stuff.
When they put all those warehouses down there and they were turning them into lofts that were selling for $800,000, and people weren't buying.
Right.
Because of everything else that was going on around it, so they didn't.
Why you gonna pay $80,000 and you still got this bum in your vestibule? I mean, it's just
and they were selling, and they were,
it don't make sense.
So it just didn't. It didn't
the bum
work.
Come with the apartment, or do I gotta pay extra?
He's the doorman.
Okay.
And you realize? Didn't you see
the
that
concierge.
hat? Wait, didn't you see that hat he had on? He's the doorman, silly.
It's the concierge.
Well, why the doorman laying down?
He's on his break. He's on his break.
He's just kicking the revolving door for you.
He's a floor mat too.
Okay.
So you wipe your feet before you go over them.
Man, that's hilarious.
Yes, well, lunch is definitely a success. Thank you so much. Now, so where are you chefing these days?
Well, right now I'm not chefing anywhere. I just came back from spending some time in Japan, so I came out here in Los Angeles where I opened the Standard Hotel. I don't know if you know that hotel on Sunset.
I do.
And I also opened the Saddle Ranch Steakhouse, which is also on Sunset.
Oh.
I was the sous chef of the.
When were you at Saddle Ranch?
I was the opening. I opened it. I was the first. That menu is my menu.
When was that?
That was 90. What was that? 98, 99.
Wow. Okay, because I didn't start going to the Saddle Ranch until about 2004.
Yeah, it was about 98, 99.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like when I first came out here, I was out the 94th Aero Squadron in Van Nuys, the sous chef there. And from there, I went to the Embassy Suites in Arcadia. And from there, I went to Yamashita's. And,
all right. That was one of my favorite spots.
So actually, I'm just coming back home, actually.
So do you want a spot, or you just want to do your own thing?
Well, I'm kind of... You know what I really want to do? I really want my own spot because...
He wants to be butt naked cooking in my kitchen. That's what he really wants to do, listeners.
Only if you butt naked in your kitchen.
And all the 5 kids.
We all in there, but
Oh, well.
we might as well be Africans then. Just waiting around. Everybody poke their stomach out, suck their cheeks in.
Yeah, well, that reminds me of another topic, actually, of family. It's this new Move movie coming out. What do you know about that?
What?
The what?
The new Move movie. People from Philadelphia are very familiar with this. When Mayor Wilson Good was the mayor, and Frank Rizzo was was it Frank Rizzo or his brother?
Joe Rizzo.
Joe
His
Rizzo.
brother was the police or the commissioner of the fire department.
And they dropped the bomb on the Move members. Dropped an incendiary device on the Move members and burnt down the whole neighborhood pretty much.
Wow.
Osage Avenue.
Hold on, what you mean?
Wait
they
a minute.
dropped an
Hold on. Wait a
incinerator
minute.
device?
I want to
Back
get.
up.
I can't give you the whole.
No,
Y'all have never heard this before?
Oh, of course. Well,
Okay, so Trizah, you West Coast, I understand.
No,
I mean, I grew up
There
in
was
the
a
West
group
Coast.
of people who
Back to Nature
created
people.
an organization. Thank you. Back to
in where?
Nature.
Back to
Back
nature.
to nature.
That's why when you say naked.
Brothers and sisters now, who felt that they had their own lifestyle. That lifestyle conflicted with the neighbors in their neighborhood. They complained
What
over
was the
several
lifestyle?
Natural nature. They
years.
take a
Didn't
crap
bathe, shit in the house,
or wherever they felt
animals defecating in the house. The reality of it was these are row houses. Row houses are here's your house
Connected.
and the house that is next to you is connected, and you both bought your houses. You're landowners, you're property owners,
but you
you're
really own
homeowners.
half of a
You
property.
really and pull that mic in front of you and stop eating so much.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
It's so good.
I'm telling you, man, this
I'm
food is just
You
so
do?
addictive. Yeah.
Oh my God! Everybody got to
Okay,
play with me.
now
It
go.
ain't
But I
fair.
can chew it too. Hold on. Now let's give the story.
Okay.
So your apartment neighbor, essentially, these are houses, homeowners, right? These are homeowners who've been living in these Philadelphia neighborhoods for 30 to 40 to 50 years and raised grown children. These are grandparents who are planning on retiring in those homes for the rest of their lives. Well, one of the homeowners turned the one of the homeowners turned the house over to an organization called Move. Move was an organization that believed in back to nature, back to life, all that good stuff. It's in the 80s now. So anything was cool. But they began to terrorize the neighborhood because the neighbors didn't like them. And so they began to get on loudspeakers in the middle of the night and call the neighbors all kinds of bad names.
The Move people
members,
did.
yeah.
The Move members. This was an
Now, mind you, the kids
organization,
running around naked.
right,
Everybody's
Right.
pretty much naked, pretty much.
drawing water from the local creeks and all that kind of stuff. No electric, no gas. You thought you had it bad, love? Trust me. They chose to live this way. All right, now that's it. There was testimony about the Move organization and the neighbors who lived next to them. One of the women who testified claimed that she had to turn her oven on an hour in advance just to cook food so the roaches would get out of the oven. Now, roaches, rats, all that stuff comes with inner city dwellings and, lack of hygiene and all that kind of stuff. So the neighbors were done with them. They complained to the city enough. The city moved in with a group of police. That wasn't enough. They brought in the fire department. That wasn't enough. They flew a helicopter on top of this one house connected to 60 other houses in the block and dropped, as my good friend Stevie Neal points out, an incendiary device. Incendiary means light a fire to it, like light a candle. Maybe it'll just burn that house enough that makes them come out of the house, these members of this organization. They didn't. They stayed in that house until 13 women and children and some men were burned alive. And this is on YouTube. Look up Move Philadelphia, MOVE and Philadelphia. You'll see live police footage from those days of maybe 2 or 3 of those people escaping this burning house that eventually burned down 2, nearly 3 complete city blocks of senior citizens who are homeowners. So now they're making a movie about it. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, they're really making them because not just like you don't know. Many people don't know about this, and this is like but you know about Waco.
But it
If I
was
say
national
Waco,
news.
If I say Waco, you know Waco. Why?
Because it made national news.
Not only that, because it was David Koresh and a bunch of white folks.
Right, it wasn't in the inner city.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Philadelphia and a bunch of black folks.
Wow.
So we know about, as soon as you say Waco, people know, oh, Waco, Texas, David Koresh. Name one MOVE member. Can't say it.
I don't believe that.
That's my,
and they burnt, so the government said, okay, we're going to burn them out.
The city said.
We're going to drop this bomb. But now who think you can set one apartment on fire if it's connected to 60 other apartments?
Well, there's another story to that as well.
It was alleged that MOVE had, when they moved into the neighborhood,
tops.
had gasoline the rooftops of other houses in case they were attacked.
Shut up. So
Well,
there's no proof to that, but you know.
So that's what they did. So they knew that they was gonna come and do.
To your mic.
So they knew they was gonna come and do that.
Well,
so they put gasoline.
That's how the confrontation started. In fact, cops came to the neighborhood and said, "Get out. We are serving you an eviction notice. You need to move out of the neighborhood."
Or clean the squalor up.
Yeah, or clean your squalor up. Now that was way prior. They went to them several
Oh
times
yeah.
with city inspectors and asked them to clean the squalor.
Oh yeah.
To stop running across the roofs at night with a bullhorn, talking about the neighbors being sellouts and all that kind of stuff. So it just got to the point where the police,
on the streets,
right, where police got to the point where they had to act on behalf of the citizens. They barricaded themselves in the house, and the rest is history. Go check it out.
It's going to be.
So, what happened to these people after the fire?
Well,
Movement?
13 of them died in the fire. Birdie Africa escaped the fire, and Ramona Africa escaped the fire. And I believe it was Ramona, as my recollection serves me best, who turned that house over, who signed the title over to the organization MOVE. They were the only two survivors. A little boy, butt naked, running out of the house. There's a famous photograph of this little boy being snatched up as he was running out of that house by one of the police officials.
Wow.
And Birdie Africa, who was eventually dragged out of the house, but burned down nearly 3 city blocks of black-owned property.
Black. So what did the city do to?
Into your mic.
What did the city do to reimburse the people?
They rebuilt it.
Sent in some jackleg contractors
Named
to rebuild. Ernest Edwards, in fact, to rebuild the neighborhoods.
Okay.
3 city blocks, and what he built was truly shanty houses and substandard housing. Most of those houses were shut down later by the city, just a couple of years later.
Right.
Just because
after he
they
had
were
rebuilt. Oh yeah, they were substandard. Everything was falling apart.
He
went to prison the whole 9.
Was
This is
he
going to be an
black?
incredible
He went to
documentary.
prison for
What do you mean is he
building.
black?
He went to prison for building the shanty houses.
Yeah, fraud.
Yeah.
Went for fraud, I think. Was it fraud?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Served a lot of time. He might be out by now.
Yeah.
What was
Building
the
a new house.
fraud? The debt.
Substandard.
Give me your money. I'm
I'm
gonna.
build
You
it.
give me $1 million. I'm gonna build this $5 house.
Right.
The city gave him millions of dollars to rebuild
to
those
build
houses.
some real homes.
And he
Exactly. I know one of the owners who, in fact,
Wow.
had a beautiful house. Now, you got to keep in mind that when this happened, it started off as a confrontation between police and this
the
organization MOVE
right.
in one house on the block. But in the interest of public safety, the city police officials made everyone leave their houses at about 7 in the morning.
Really?
So they didn't have a chance to grab nothing. Pull your mic down some.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm just wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it's a fascinating
Really?
story. So they came and rousted everyone out of their homes at about 7 in the
The
morning.
police did.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. And then all of these neighbors stood on the corners of this neighborhood
And watch
outside the police barricade.
Watch their houses.
And
Watch
watch their
an
house.
incendiary, a.k.a. bomb, incendiary device. Incendiary means fire starter,
Wow.
right? A bomb dropped on this bunker, on this row house that lit up and burned down the neighborhood to the point where even the fire department couldn't control it and were afraid to go into the neighborhood because the MOVE organization was known to have weapons.
Right.
So the fire department
Just sat there and watched this.
stood back and watched the entire 3 city block neighborhood burn to the ground.
But what made them think that just one house was going to burn? I don't understand. Who said that this is going to work? Who said, okay?
Because it happens in Philadelphia all the time that a house catches fire, a row house, and doesn't burn down the block.
Right.
No one
But it makes sense that
knew
something
why.
else
Yeah,
was
They
done.
speculated why, but no one knew why the fire became a firestorm.
Yeah, because it was like huge. 3 city blocks.
Houses burn down in Philadelphia all the time. They're all row houses.
Yeah.
It's a city of row houses. So it doesn't burn down the whole block, let alone a whole 3 city block span.
So that's why they feel like an accelerant was added to.
Yeah. But tar is also an accelerant. Those are tar roof houses, so that could be.
There's lots of mystery
and so the
behind
movie
it, but
is
the movie's coming
called
out. Thanks for bringing
Move.
it
It's
up,
called
Steve.
Move.
And when is it?
It's I just saw the man. It's it's funny that a white guy made the movie.
But is it released when?
I'm not sure when it's released, but it'll be out soon. From what I just saw him on TV talking about it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. So,
brothers and sisters, if you've not heard this story, oh my God, this is one of the greatest American tragedies to take place.
It really was. It really was. Yeah.
13 women and children and a few men burned alive in a city house right in the heart of America, the 5th largest city in the nation. Tragic story. I can't wait to see this on the big screen.
Yeah, so let's see if they're going to do this justice.
How they tell it.
Yeah,
right.
because from what I understand, they're using mostly news clips, and there's not really no whole bunch of dialogue, from what I understand.
So what about the residents? They weren't able to reach any of the residents from back when?
Well, I'm sure
they were. I'm sure they were.
Most of them, virtually all of the residents, moved back into the neighborhood after the houses were built. But again, the story continues because they were improperly built, and all
Not
those
only
neighbors.
that, the city paid out the behind.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions.
Can you imagine
and
getting
litigation out the behind.
Imagine getting rousted out of your house 7 in the morning. You grab only what you think is going to keep you warm.
For the rest of the day.
Right. Not even for the rest of the day. For a couple
Just for a
hours.
couple hours,
You figure like a couple minutes.
this will be over
in a few minutes.
And all your stuff is gone.
Your family photographs, everything.
Generations of stuff.
Everything you own.
Generations of stuff was lost.
Well, hey, we're going to follow this. We're going to stay on top of it and find out when the music is coming. I mean, when the movie is coming out, so we can definitely pump that up because Move. Wow.
Yes, definitely.
Move the movie.
The movie. Move the music. Wow. This has been, we've been all over the place.
Yeah.
I just had to
but
throw
we
that one
have
in there.
covered quite a few things. So it was all a necessary conversation today.
One of those shows you call Open Forum.
Open Forum.
Every now and then, you and your co-host have to get together and validate why people tune into a necessary conversation with Brooks Collier Jackson. So you got to do some of the work sometime. We just make it look easy.
I know, and it really isn't.
I love that about you, though, girl. Maybe I'm involved because I like a woman I can take care of. Who's needy.
And I
need
love
me.
being taken care of.
A woman need me.
Ask anybody.
Wow.
Man, she reminds me of my aunt.
My
so
last
much.
3 husbands will tell you, when do we stop taking care of her?
But how did it get to the
ask
point now?
Katrina.
I'm looking
Hey,
at
that's
this.
good.
We got to revisit that topic.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
These pictures
Pick up a
are
phone when I
outrageous.
call. That's all I want to say.
Yeah,
This has been great. We are always having fun. Chef Stevie, thank you.
Thank you.
I need a box so I can take my food home with me, so I can sit on my bed and eat.
Well, don't worry, sweetheart. We got a lot for you.
Yeah. This is
Since you
great.
paid for it, I might as well give it to you.
I paid. Well, hey, I'm balling like that. What can I say?
Okay.
You know?
I thought we were going to present that as part of the fine services we offer here.
No, then
At
people
LA
will
Talk
expect
Live
it.
and
You know
Talk
what I'm
Live,
saying?
you're right about that.
And
No,
Brooks is
we do
special.
not
She
cook
know
for
that.
you.
She-
Yeah, bring your
So
own
when
food.
are we
BYOF.
gonna get the other chef, Richard?
We're going to work on that. I got
see if
some
we
people
can-
who want to be on your show, so you can spotlight them. So that's all coming in the future.
So next week we're gonna have
Yep.
the famous Miss Coco Brown from the For Better for Worse.
Yes, for better or for
For Tyler
worse.
Perry's For Better for Worse, and also Chef Petty's gonna be joining us next week.
Richard Petty, Chef Petty, host
Chef
and producer
Petty.
of Let's Talk
Let's
Lunch.
Talk
Where are you, Chef
Lunch.
Petty, when we need you?
And we will be pumping it up next week all day. We will be talking about our fundraiser October 27th at the Comedy Union. We are bringing awareness to domestic violence. Our show is titled No Reason to Return, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to be the resource that women of abused relationships can come just for no reason except that they need a place to be heard or to be safe, and we want to be that resource. Our company is called WIND, Women in Need of Direction. So look out for us and come and support. Our tickets are only $20.
Only $20.
And we're asking everybody who knows us to buy at least 2 tickets.
Women in need of
Direction. Women in need of direction.
Okay.
When?
Winod of direction. Oh,
You
I'm
know
sorry.
what? You
Win,
just have to
W-I-N-D.
go there.
I know. I'm just.
He went to
I'm just-
public school.
I know, right? And he was enrolled in public school.
Right,
and
he
didn't
didn't
even
actually
go.
Hold on now. And in Burlington, New Jersey. Keep that in mind.
Oh, okay, right. That's why he cooking us beans.
You ain't a whole lot of money going
He
to that
said his strong
public
point is
school.
cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah.
His strong point
Yeah.
is cooking.
Don't
Yeah,
expect him to do no reading.
Yeah.
Please don't. Please
It's gonna
don't.
be
Yeah, he went to home ec.
Right? And
Yeah,
got straight A's.
all the girls, because all the girls were in home ec.
There you go,
Of
baby. There you go. There you go. There you go.
See, there's a method.
And I
to
did go to
his
home ec.
madness.
They called it chef class when I was growing up. It wasn't home ec. It was chef class.
All right.
Oh.
Number of guys in it.
Well, thank you, Chef.
Thank you very much, dear.
Stevie, this
Anytime.
is wonderful. And
Wonderful.
Richard, of course.
I got to
as
tell you, Steve, you really put
always.
your foot in them beans and that
really
food.
did.
Don't tell nobody. How'd you know?
Because it's a sock string in my tooth. That's how I know you
Toenail
put
in my
your
bowl.
foot in.
Oh, I thought y'all saw the jam, the toe jam. I thought.
that was for dessert, though.
Right?
Toast with
right?
toe jam?
With toe jam.
You know what? Next
Word.
week I'm gonna control my show. It ain't gonna be
Sorry about
nothing
that.
like this. It's just because they know
We
I
got out
can't
of
talk all
control.
because I got a missing tooth. But I'll have my tooth back next week, and
We
y'all
held you
in
down, though,
trouble.
Mama. We held you down. We held you down.
We're going to get a whooping next
Y'all
week.
gonna get a whooping next week. Thank you, listening and viewing audience. And if you have friends who missed the show, have them tune in and check us out. LATalkLive.com, a necessary conversation. Come back and join us next week, Thursday at noon, where we will have Coco Brown and Chef Petty will be joining the fabulous Trizah and myself. Well, Rich is going to take us out. Thank you, God, for giving us this amazing day and this awesome opportunity. We love our lives and we love ourselves.
Yes, we do.
And we're
True
going to do
that.
the best that we can to be the best people we can possibly
Yes.
About to
be.
get. I want a bowl, y'all. Wrap it up. I want a bowl.
Well, we'll get you a bowl.
Okay.
I want a
Yes.
bowl of this food here.
You're not
The cook didn't eat.
you know, something wrong if the cook don't
If
eat.
the cook don't eat.
Yeah, I'm
right.
saying.
don't
I'm
believe
feeling
that.
drowsy
Don't
all of a
believe
sudden.
that.
Yeah,
Let me tell
skinny
you.
cook. If you see a skinny cook, don't eat.
All right, fat boy. But don't believe that. That boy can cook, and trust me, he can
He
eat
can
bowls.
eat.
Trust me. You better
All
take
right,
a bowl
then.
home.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we will see you next week, where we will be here again with another necessary conversation. And don't forget, set your calendars, October 27th, the Comedy Union, 6 to 9, where we will be rocking out to bring awareness to domestic violence. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. We'll be back.
Along the way, in this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say, and no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Woman in the sister, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Say,
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.